I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo. Digital media.
Come on!
I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo. Digital media. What is up, everybody? This show is powered by Cannabis and Teebs of Adrian, who we love. Teebs.green is the website, Teebs.green. If you need medicinal cannabis or recreational cannabis, or you're just looking for CBD, or you are looking for something with THC rather, then Teebs would be the place to go. They got edibles, they've got pre-rolls, cartridges, concentrates, topicals, pretty much anything that you would need to make yourself feel good and be able to, some people getting through this life is a struggle. And just a little dab of help never hurt anybody. If you need a little help to deal with your damn kids, those damn kids, God,
or your life,
just in general, right? Yeah, your work with that damn boss. Oh.
Dude, I'm a firm believer that like every one of those sitcoms that you see where like they have those amazing, awesome parents. All of those parents are high. Like there was not one moment in Mr. and Mrs. Huxtable's life where, well, we know Bill, he was pretty good with slipping people drugs. So, but television Huxtable was always stoned. That explains the sweaters. It explains why honestly, that whole show explains a lot.
Right.
His office was in the basement.
Looking back now, we know. All right,
looking back on it, it's like, why did I hear all that screaming and that thumping? Oh, just performing in a procedure. All
right.
You want a pudding pop?
Grab a gummy while we start the show. Here we go.
And now, our feature presentation.
This is Ed McMahon. And now, here's Andrew.
Andrew Z. Call up that Andrew Z. I said Andrew Z. In the morning, it's time to wake up. Andrew Z. In the morning, yeah. Come on.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the show. It is Wednesday, May 5th. Cinco de Mayo, gringos. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Welcome to it. I'm Andrew Z. We got Demetrius Nicodemus. Eastside, Southside Gina from Gabella Media. Donnie P. Producer Georgia. Let's do this.
Andrew Z. In the morning.
Woo! Man, what a time to be alive in Toledo. We've got Mud Hens opening day yesterday, Cinco de Mayo today. It is a beautiful time.
I can't wait. I think I'm gonna bust out a margarita later.
Oh, Donnie.
We've been drinking like way less. I used to average about 2 to 4 drinks per night, and now I'm about once every 2 weeks, 1 drink. Like we're just really cutting down.
You were doing 2 to 4 a night?
Well, yeah, two would be like the minimum. Like I get home, have one with dinner, and then I'd have one more and go to bed. So that was like the minimum, but some nights it'd be like 5. So the average is probably more like 4.
Would it depend on how the kids were acting?
No, just like how, and then I would stay up late, but going to bed early is like huge when I'm like, because now I go to bed by like between 10:30 is like the latest I fall asleep, but like between 9 and 10:30 is my fall asleep time.
Dude, by 9:30, my eyes are like, what is going on?
Yeah. But I think Cinco de Mayo is a special occasion.
Yeah.
But it's funny though, Donnie, when you talk about going from like 4 drinks a day to like 1 drink every 2 weeks. it sounds less like self-control and more like a court order, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I could be totally like exaggerating, and it might have been allergies, but I feel like I had a beer like on Friday, like one beer, and Saturday I woke up with a headache. I was like, oh, my head. Oh.
Oh man! So Tiefel's not here today. He decided to partake in the opening day festivities. Which
speaking of a headache, he's probably got one right about now.
I think you meant we're avoiding one.
No.
So Tiefel's not with us today.
Opening day is a very target-rich environment for people who like to snatch others off the street.
Yes.
Did no one here partook in the opening day festivities? The last couple of years, well, last year they didn't have them really, but I just opening day last night. I was doing other things and just I didn't even think about it all day. You know, it's funny when I stopped watching the local news a couple of years ago. Just because it's so shitty and just like the quality's gone down and just the dumbness of it. Like it just looked like they're obviously playing the lowest common denominator. So I just stopped watching it a couple of years ago because what I know is I don't miss any stories because between social media and the web, if it's an important story, you're going to see it. And really there's only about 3 or 4 minutes of the news that's important. And then they fill it with the other junk, so.
But sometimes I feel like, when you say between social media and the internet, I take some sort of solace in knowing that at least some of this is vetted. When it pops up on the news, it's been vetted. At least the basics of it have been vetted. My big problem, and I agree with you, Andrew, is like the news panders to the lowest common denominator. Yeah. I don't think news people should have personalities. I don't think that should be because you read the news. I don't need you to be bubbly because you can. Gina, you're muted, hon. But
I said some of them don't have personalities, so it's okay.
Well, that's what I need. I need somebody who just reads me the news and doesn't give me their personal slant on it. That is why people don't trust them because they do these stories and then they go, just read me the facts, bitch. That's all I need.
This fake caring about what you just read.
2020, the lost year. Bitch, I was there. It was not lost. We spent it indoors. How about the year of shit you couldn't do?
Yeah. Yeah, anything when I say getting my news on social media, what I mean is any of the important stories from the news channels, they always end up on social media. So that's if it's an important story, I just grab it off there. But what was my point of that? Oh, so my point was that if you're watching news all day or you watch it several times, you really get into the opening day flavor. If you just ignore it, it's just another day. That's
opening days all day long too. I think people start partying like 11 or 12 and it goes all day and all night.
Right. But what I'm saying is if you're living your life and didn't turn on the TV or whatever, then it was just a regular day. I watch the local news all the time. So then you get in the hype. You're like, everyone's out there. You see the people, blah, blah, blah. If you don't see it, then you don't even miss it. Like, I guess if that makes sense, but
it does.
If you never had a washing machine and you constantly bang your jeans against a rock, you never know how cool it would be to have a washing machine.
That's true.
Yeah. Who washes their jeans anyway?
There was a story once. It said you don't have to wash your jeans for like 4.5 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Is it months or days?
No, Georgia, please. It's months.
It's like 3 months. Yeah, no, it's months. It's like they don't get dirty. Like they get dirty to the point where like dirt falls off of them. Like jeans are like a special thing. For real.
Look,
for real. And
Donnie, because you say for real doesn't make you a scientist.
Okay.
There are some people that never wash their jeans and they put them in the freezer
They're called homeless.
No, it's
Hey,
true.
you guys, I will tell you, I'll back off the 3 months, but I will say, if you do wash your jeans, don't dry them and they get all crispy like they're brand new. It's like the coolest feeling in the world.
Okay.
Don't dry your jeans.
So here we go. I'm
Hang them.
about to show you, D.
Okay.
From the Independent, we need we need truly independent journalism. So this is so it's a legit.
So it must be true.
Yeah, it says right on the top.
Coming right from Jeffrey from Family Circle.
Levi's CEO explains why you should never wash your jeans.
Because we need you to buy more of them.
Let's see. I'm just gonna find the main quote as to why. His argument is based around the fact that washing a good pair of Levi's actually damages the material and is a waste of water. He says the only denim expert to come out with this advice, he says, raw denim is best given a good 6 months before washing. The longer you leave it, the better your jeans will look. The reason for this is the indigo will have worn off in places where you make natural creases. Just by sitting down, putting your phone in your pocket, your hands in your pocket, whatever. All these daily little things will make your jeans look great. So you don't need to wash them ever, or at least for 6 months. This is from the CEO of Levi.
Whoa. And this is where now all of a sudden any of the shit you say means nothing, because you used a guy who used very brand specific things and is a representative of a company who then told you don't wash your jeans. I need something from a scientist or maybe even the president of Tide. But I cannot trust a man whose job it is to sell as many jeans as possible to tell me never to wash my jeans. Okay. Why is that, Mr. CEO?
He's telling you how to make them last longer. Demetrius, here's what's going to happen.
Really?
You're going to come around. You're going to come around and be like, I've been washing my jeans the whole time. You're going to throw away all your jeans and you're going to start over. And you're going to be a proponent of this.
Look, I have heard that you should not wash your jeans for like maybe a week or even 2, but 4 to 6 months. Yeah. No way. You know what? Then you know what that tells me? That tells me that the dress that Monica Lewinsky had on was made of jeans.
This rule.
I can't stand you.
This rule is only for people that wear underpants.
Yes, exactly. Well, yeah, you don't want to get crazy on it, but
6 months of poop stain. Shut up.
It says the point of washing them is
most people wipe their asses, D.
Not well. Most people. Have you? I swear to God, you look at my son, you'd think he was blind and had another ass on the side.
Okay, here we go. He said, I spoke to Ash Black, an Australian denim expert. An Australian denim expert. He says, do not wash your jeans. Put them in the freezer. Walk in the ocean. Maybe even use snow peas on them. But there you go. The freezer holds the smell, does nothing with it. The ocean thing doesn't really work either. But he's saying the solution is an antibacterial odor neutralizer in a spray form that takes away the smell and refreshes the denim. But other than that, your jeans never need to be washed. This comes from this guy in Australia. He's an expert. I don't know what makes him an expert, but he's
alive.
Oh, and now in Australia, he has just launched this denim spray.
His middle name is Booty Stank.
I mean, there's article after article here why you should never wash your jeans.
How often should you wash your jeans? Just ballpark it for me in your feminine gut.
If they're dirty,
once a week. Okay, if they're dirty. Okay. Thank you.
I don't like crisp jeans.
Yep. She ain't crispy.
Here's the thing, Andrew, is you're doing what people. This is why the country is the way it is right now.
Why?
You say there's article after article after article that says you don't have to wash your jeans, right?
Right.
If you Google it, there's probably 50 articles that say that.
Yes.
Virtually every single one goes back to quote the Levi's guy. So there are 50 articles saying don't wash your jeans. It still all stems from one guy, dude.
Well, no, but then I found I agree. That's why I
Then you
passed
found one other person in the world of 7 billion that agrees with the guy
who sells a denim spray.
selling the spray.
His name, and like Josh said,
and now we're
his name
presenting this as fact.
Yeah, his name is Ash Black. Like that.
Nice.
Like if I have never ever, like, I agree, Joshua. If you've never heard a bad guy name, Ash Black would be the one you would go, dude. That guy sounds like a bad guy. Bad guy.
Maybe and if you say his last name first name last, you're like, look here, Black Ash. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take your Black
What'd
Ash.
you say? Look, don't talk about my ass. My ass is tan like the rest of me, bitch. I ain't got no black ass.
Jason says,
I'm just saying.
Jason said, wash your damn pants.
Tell Jason to fight like hell. He's in the hospital right now with COVID.
Yeah, brother. Come on.
He's a good friend of mine, and he's struggling right now, but he's up watching us.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Get well soon, my man.
Love you, Jason.
You know, I COVID is a mother. We got to remember, like, I'm not wearing I don't have to wear a mask anymore. I mean, I do where I do where it's posted and I follow rules, because I don't want to have to explain to everybody. You just put a mask, put a fucking mask on. What's the big deal? I mean, put it on.
Yeah.
But it's so nice to know, like, I almost feel like a superhero, like, that I can't get because I've been vaccinated, that I can't get the COVID.
We are all superheroes.
I know.
Like, sometimes people cough like out at the strip mall, and I'll just jump in front of a random stranger and go, "Don't worry, citizen. I got all
Slow
that
motion.
germ." Like, he'll cough up.
Do you have an actual real life superpower though? Like, because I have one. My
told you I do.
superpower is no matter what I'm doing or where I'm at in the house, if there's something like cooking, I'll get to the kitchen just as the timer goes off. Like every time, like we go to check on it, the timer goes off. It's my superpower.
Ooh,
Like,
my
if
wife is your arch nemesis.
Mine, I have two as well. Number one, I get up 1 minute. It's kind of the same thing, Gene. I get up 1 minute before my alarm goes off.
That is a very superpower.
It's always
That
very
superpower
same.
sucks.
My superpower, always on time. That is.
so I'm able to turn my alarm off before because it's 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. I'm able to turn my alarm off right before it was going to go off. So that's one.
I'll tell you mine. Mine is I can pop into a conversation like midway, like if the other people are having, and just kind of play it off like I've been there the whole time. Look at me like what? How long have you been here? I'll just like add something like, yeah, and I think that this and that, and they're like, where did you come from? That's like my thing.
We don't even remember you sitting in here to listen
Right.
how much we hate Steve. You're like, well, that's that Steve guy. Whoa, man.
Fuck that guy. Where'd you come from? My other one is that I was a God-given power and ability to see exactly both sides of every issue. When there is two sides, I can spell it out perfectly.
Fake news.
I can say everything. I can see clearly everything on one side, and then I will say the arguments for the other side. I'm so perfectly matched to be in the middle, to be able to understand both sides.
He has the superpower of delusion, you guys. That's
the
what
gray
he has.
area.
Yeah,
you can see the gray.
I can see it all. I just, of any issue, I can just see it all. And it doesn't. I still have an opinion, but I can still even see the other side perfectly of why things are going on, why things are going the way they're going.
There's not enough eye roll today for this shit.
Well, I like it.
I
like it.
It's true. I'm telling you.
It's not. Any female in your life is going to tell you that is not true. Any of them.
Doesn't mean he agrees with both sides.
Right. No, exactly. I can see both sides. Now, there's still a side.
Donnie.
There's still a side that I believe is the proper side, but I can see what you're saying as the other side. Like
I feel like this is coming from arguments, Gina. Like you're disagreeing with him because of
Oh,
arguments you
it's
guys have had.
I'm what I'm saying is factual information. I promise you.
as well as am I, Gina. As am I.
No.
How
No,
about you,
you're
D?
not, though.
Josh says that's the power of bullshitting oneself.
Yeah.
Yes, Josh. That is his superpower. That is the superpower.
All right,
And-
go ahead. What's your superpower?
The first is I have the ability to disguise my skin tone through my voice. That is
It's a power of camouflage.
yes. It's called vocal chameleonism.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of I remember a specific instance during college when I was dating a young lady, and then I was talking to her parents on the phone, and they were very lovely people until they met me. That seemed to have been a power because I had seemed to convince them somehow that I was not a person of color.
You are an Afro-American? Oh my.
Yeah, they were like, "Wow, did you eat, Demetrius?"
Oh my.
And then my second one would be I have the ability to be very even keeled through situations. If I would say if I had a superpower name, it would be calm.
With a B?
Yes.
Just a B?
I guess now that you say that, and I didn't realize it, I've never seen you get angry. I don't think like to where you're like, oh fuck you, blah, 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 and getting someone's like,
when D gets angry, it just gets like a thinking face on. It's like just thinking about it, like I'm angry and why would you do this? And maybe
if only Andrew were here to explain both sides of it to me. If only I had both sides guy here, but
okay.
Yes.
Here's what I want to do. Is I want you guys to name an issue, anything in the world.
Not falling for this trap.
I want you guys to set a timer in the kitchen, and I'll get there 30 seconds before it goes off.
I want
this is a trap. Yes, Jordan.
I want you to explain to me both sides of slavery.
Okay. That's an easy one. Of course, the one side is
we're about to get canceled, guys.
Dude, I'm about to knock the dog shit out of you.
Okay, hold on, I gotta go.
No, forget it. All right. But I do see both sides of that issue.
Stop.
It really isn't what
talking. You know what your superpower is not? Shutting the fuck up. That's
that's your kryptonite. That is literally your kryptonite. It's like, oh, don't worry, he'll make sense at the beginning, but he won't stop until the shit hits the fan.
It's super weakness.
I think my mic accidentally got muted. It was weird. My mic got muted on accident.
One of the local comedians, I don't remember actually. Oh, Rob Jenkins. He's a comedian out of Michigan. He said, you can get away with any lie. All you have to do is start with the truth. So if you start the sentence with the truth, you can finish it in any way, and people will buy your bullshit.
Yes.
So if you start with whatever, so start with the truth and end with a lie, D. It'll sound like it's real.
I don't believe this shit.
It works.
It's actually a thing.
Okay, Andrew, you do it because D.
I cannot tell a lie.
First, can I say that is the most genius thing I've ever heard, and that's the way. That is the basis of conspiracy theories. They take a piece of truth, and then in the end they weave into a lie. But because you can buy into the beginning, then you believe it. For example, when you put lemons into the refrigerator, okay, a lemon is going to get colder. And there's also healing powers in it as it continues to get cold. The molecules then start to firm up, and then you take the lemon out of the fridge, and it's cold. It's going to be cold, right? And you rub it on your body from the top to bottom, and there is never any need to take a shower again because the molecules from the lemon absorb the nastiness that's on you and the smells, and boom, they all then transfer over to the lemon. You throw the lemon away, you're done. You don't even need to take a shower.
Is it a one use?
It's a one. Yes, no. It's a one use lemon. So you take half. You don't have to use the whole lemon though. So you can take half. You put the other half in a container or wrap it in saran wrap. So you just have to throw the half away that you rubbed on your body. So once you're done with that, you throw it out
on your body,
on your body,
on your body,
and then boom, and then you're done. I know people in there are several areas of the country where they've never taken a shower because all they do is like lemon farmers. If you go to a lemon farmer has never taken a shower ever. So it's very interesting.
Pennsylvania, nobody there takes a shower in Pennsylvania. And that is absolutely Ajax-a-land. Yep, that's true. There are a handful of Palmolaville is another place that does it, and their dishes always clean. So I have to agree with you, Andrew. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So everybody in Florida smells beautiful because it's the land of citrus.
Yeah. Well,
can I use an orange?
Yeah, I have to. I'm not sure. I haven't done any scientific studies on the orange. Like if you look here, this is all the reading I've been doing on the powers of the lemon in cleansing your body.
Dude, you got to do it cover forward. You got to do it cover forward. We can all see there's nothing written in there.
Oh, shit, okay. Now I haven't started my research on oranges yet. So
he wrote it. He wrote it in lemon juice. You have to like put it under a flame.
Oh, the lighter trick. Yeah.
As you can see with my illustrations of the abominable snowman and polar bear together in a winter storm,
rubbing lemons
on themselves. You can see right here clearly.
If
the snowman is not happy.
If you go to the next page,
Mm-hmm. Yes. If I flip them over very quickly, it looks like an animated thing.
Yes, like that one right there. It's so cute. The abominable snowman touching noses with the bunny. With the bunny, look. Oh, that is so. When he was a baby.
This one is a polar bear wiping his ass with a rabbit.
They were just rubbing noses, and now he's rubbing his. That's
yes. It's a toilet paper shortage. If you haven't heard.
Yes. Charmin hops.
So I think so. Did it work? Did you take the truth?
Yes.
I think it worked.
100%. Well,
yes, I'm totally rubbing a lemon all over me later. Totally.
I'm not doing it, but I believe it.
I'm gonna rub a gremlin all over my body as soon as I find one.
Go ahead, Don.
Dude, I feel like that's how science fiction works too. Like science fiction and everything, it always starts with something normal or true that everyone accepts to be real, and then all of a sudden it goes crazy.
Horror movies too.
I have an example, you guys.
Okay, we can make fun of this, but I really think it's probably like the most eye-opening thing that I've heard all day long. Like there's nothing else I'm going to hear.
It just started. That's probably why. You gave me a look, but let me explain my horror movie thing because it's true. Every horror movie they take like something that an innate fear that's a very common fear, and then they turn it into a horror movie, like traveling abroad and getting kidnapped or picking up a hitchhiker, or I mean, you think about all the horror movies that you see. The beginning starts with like very normal shit that everybody's afraid of.
But here's the thing:
I too am afraid of guys in hockey masks wielding machetes.
But it didn't start with that. It started with going camping, dude.
Well, but here's the thing too: it's like
I am afraid. I am also afraid of camping. That's what I'm saying. It starts with normal shit.
Swimming in the ocean, and then now you're scared. Everyone's scared of sharks because of fucking
You should be afraid of sharks.
You shouldn't.
That is a healthy fucking fear.
No, it's not.
Look, yes. Look, you know what? This is the shit I'm gonna push back on.
Yeah, you should.
You know, when people say, "Oh, you shouldn't be afraid of sharks," because sharks barely. Well, shark attacks have increased over the years. Sharks have found that people are delicious. That
I'm
is
not
a
saying
thing.
you should go pet a shark, D. That's not
I
what
will
I'm saying.
say,
Donnie's got one. Go ahead, Donnie.
I will say all shark attacks happen in the water. But no, okay, here, let me tell you my
Right.
my science fiction thing. So, like 10 years ago, when my oldest daughter, who's now 20, was 10, I was at her school picking her up, and I saw a kid who was like 10 who looked exactly like a kid I went to school with, but he would have been like, 20, like 30. So I'm thinking, like, just had this like crazy idea, like, what if it's the same kid and he doesn't age? And I went to school in like Oregon, and he has to like go from school to school, so like people don't catch on because he's always in like the 3rd grade or 4th grade or something. So it was just like a funny, crazy idea.
I love it.
But listen,
That's a great
but I was,
premise to a movie.
I know.
that's what Ashley
It
said.
is a
But
couple of
we were,
episodes of SVU.
you guys, I saw him last night again. We were at B-Dubs, and it was the same kid. I'm like, oh my God, he's here. And it's been like 10 years. And he's still 10 years old. I'm telling you. I wish I saw him. Yeah. He was like 10. He's like walking from the bathroom to his table. And I was just like, trying not, so he didn't see me because I didn't want him to know. He'd probably have to kill me if he knew that I knew his secret.
Yeah,
because he's moving from.
If you made eye contact, he'd be like, "Oh, this motherfucker knows. He's got to go."
He knows.
Yeah. He caught me outside smoking a cigarette. It was,
Dude. He's been 10 years old for 30 years.
He keeps having to switch schools because they don't believe he's 10.
dude, they,
Oh my
I saw him.
Donnie saw him.
unreal.
Yes, that's fun.
He's like, you know why it's real? Because I saw him at B-Dubs.
Dude.
But then I wonder. Then I start to wonder, what things are we scared of as a society that is completely Hollywood driven? There's really nothing
Zombies.
scary about it. Yeah, that's a great one, D. We're all frightened of zombies when really there's not, like, they don't even go fast. Why can't you just run past them? I don't understand.
Well, modern day zombies can. Modern day zombies.
I think getting mugged. I think the odds of getting mugged are like very, very, very slim. Let me see it. Let me look it up.
You have not been mugged. For the people who have been mugged, it's 100%.
Right. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I know
odds
people
of getting
have.
mugged are
But I think-
100%.
What are the odds of getting mugged? I'm on
Like-
images.
So
What
I would say to get back on the Hollywood driven thing,
Yeah.
it would be zombies, the any widespread like doomsday virus is that will turn you into a zombie. 9 times out of 10 it starts with like some virus somebody created and then it escapes. If you watch The Stand or if you've read The Stand by Stephen King, then that's how that whole book starts, is with this massive virus. People are afraid of viruses. There's doomsday preppers because of all this shit. Societal breakdown. Like, they all think Mad Max is a real fucking thing.
Right. Well, and
All right.
here's
I have some. Sorry.
no, go ahead. I'm going to do this real quick, Don, and then I'm going to go back to you because I want to end sharks. But sharks is the same way. They really are being as scared as we are of sharks and what they do and how often they kill us is 100% based on Jaws and Shark Week. There's really
and there's a girl who's missing a right arm who can only swim in circles now.
It doesn't happen often enough to be too terrified to go in the ocean.
That's what I'm saying. Our level of being scared is directly linked to Hollywood, not directly linked to the actual chance of you getting mauled by a shark. Go ahead, Donnie.
Mauled by a shark.
That's what it's called.
Shark
The odds
mauling.
of getting
Bears are like, damn, the sharks are getting in on our thing.
they're actually way better than I thought. So maybe we should be.
maybe mugging's not one that we shouldn't be, but
Well, I couldn't find mugging. I find burgled. The odds of getting burgled are way better than I thought. I thought it would be like 1 in a million, but it's actually from 1 in 17 to 1 in 1,000, depending on where you live. But it's still a lot better than I
Right,
thought.
but the odds
it
of
would
getting
be.
burgled by a are
A shark?
much, much lower.
by a shark, yes, they are much lower. Gina. You're right. By a shark.
He stole my
Unless
arm.
unless it's land shark, and
Oh, I know
can-
some of those.
he can burgle. He's a big burglar.
I
This
know a
portion-
burgling land shark, actually.
This portion of the show brought to you in part by Teams of Adrian. Obviously, we had gummies before the show started. I mean, it's obvious.
I mean, I have gummies all the time, so I'm gonna go with yes.
Yes, medicinal, recreational. Teebs is pretty amazing. Even I was reading the Teebs Facebook page, which is really good. There's a lot of good information on there, but they even have now. It's becoming more accepted, and you don't have to buy it on the street. You don't have to buy it unregulated. There are things you don't have to do anymore just because you've always done them. Airbnb is now offering weed-friendly abodes that you can rent.
Oh,
And
wait a minute. Wait, whoa. You mean Airbnb hadn't always offered weed-friendly abodes?
You said it stand on the porch.
Well, I think before, if you smoked
My
weed,
bad.
you wouldn't want to rent your house out because it smelled like weed. So now they're like, we smoke weed, you can smoke weed too. You won't
Right.
complain about this weed smell. We're all good.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, it really is. It's just the fact that it's still illegal it's just one of those things that seems silly to me.
You know, and also too, not just you don't just have to not worry about where you get it or whatever. Side effect of gummies.
Great product.
So what I was going to say before I got distracted by my phone was that a lot of times you don't want to go back to where you were when you were in high school or wherever when you were smoking because you got too high or whatever. You don't like being high. There's so much more to when from 25 years ago when I started smoking weed. Like number one, you have dosing control. So like you can get as high as you want to with gummies. So you don't have to. So you have complete control over how high you get. And then another thing too is that you have control over the kind of high you get now. So like indica will help you sleep. If you have problems sleeping, indica is definitely the way to go, or like relaxing. But if you want like that body buzz and that head high, you want to get sativa. So there's just so much to learn about it now. It's so different than it was back 25 years ago.
And you don't have to do research. You just have to go to Teebs because they have consultants that know all this. You just tell them what kind of issues that you're having, if you're having any, or what you're trying to achieve, and they can give you the exact. They can steer you down the path that's going to fulfill whatever you're looking for, which is great at Teebs of Adrian, Teebs.green. All right. And then, of course, lawn greetings of Toledo. Say it in the lawn instead of a card. They're really cool, whether it's a birthday, whether it's a happy Mother's Day, whether it's welcoming a new child into the family. It's really cool. You get a 24-hour rental of they put a big sign right in your front yard, 24-hour rental, and then they come get it in the middle of the night, and then you're done. So check
Do they
out
have like suitcase ones? We could do like pack your shit. Somebody can kick their boyfriend or girlfriend out. One that just says pack your shit with little suitcases. That'd be a fantastic way to kick them out.
Amazing. The pack your shit package. You ask them at Long Green. The great thing is the guy that owns it. He makes all the letters, so he can do whatever you want. Like if you have a request, you're like, I want to get her out of here. This is just not working, and I don't have the ability to tell her. Then he'll make those letters and stick them in your yard, and once he sticks them, then you're going to be all good with your message. So lawn greetings of Toledo. Say it in the lawn. All right, bunch of stuff I want to get to. Do you guys have anything else before I get to this stuff? Anybody? Okay. Mark Wahlberg is sharing photos of his physical transformation. He's had a 20-pound weight gain for a role, and he's got he says he wants to gain another 20 pounds. And if you look at his before and afters, his after is my goal, which is odd.
You could tell he still has abs if he just flexed. He's like, you put 20 pounds on, he's still kind of ripped a little bit. And you guys, I saw this article, so I went to his Instagram page, and I don't know if they do it on purpose, but he looks like David Spade. He does.
He does. Look at the right. Look at the after.
He keeps doing these interviews while he's working out, and he's out of breath, and it's just like the funniest thing. It's like, Mark, take a second. Get your wind back and he's like, and then what I do is I just do this and I just try to stay positive, whatever I work for.
You ever see that where it's uncomfortable? It's like I'm uncomfortable watching. It's like, all right, like you're so you're so being strained.
He's so winded that I feel awkward watching. I'm like, take a break, bro. I can wait like 2 seconds for you to catch your breath.
And then
I can click. Yeah.
Well, when it's live, these people on television now, they have no training. They're just stupid, and they don't understand that having dead air is okay. Like sitting there waiting for him to get his breath, like they feel they have to fill every single second. And
why,
it's
can I ask why is that news? You got paid $5 million to gain 20 pounds. You know what? Post something on Instagram that says, look, I gained 20 pounds from depression. Then I can get behind you. I can go, you know what? You're a regular dude. You are a regular, like COVID. This is COVID 20. Like, this is what I did because of COVID. But every time I see you, you are like, you have the resources to stay fit. You have, like, he always does an interview in that damn gym underneath his house or some shit, and you're just like, you have a Planet Fitness on your sub level. That shit is like that's just easy. And
not
then
only
you're gonna
not only that, go ahead, Dean.
You're gonna post another picture when you lose the 40 pounds.
Right.
Well, not only that is I think if I was getting paid, like my only job, like I didn't have anything to do all day, like I didn't have any worries, because when you make a movie, it's 2 months and then you have 8 months off to do whatever, and you just get to do life in your own time when you're making that kind of money, and really the workout, keeping yourself in shape is part of your job. I mean, it's easy because you don't have anything else to do. You have a nanny for the kids. You don't have anywhere you have to be. I'm
trying to think if I'd take that job. Like, if you paid me to work out, would I take that job?
Yeah, of course you would.
Yeah,
I don't know. I hate working out that much.
I don't know.
Your knees have been training for this for years.
I feel like the less you have to do, the harder it would be to work out. It's like, I ain't got nothing to do today. I can work out in an hour or two, and maybe another hour or two later.
But
maybe,
I agree.
It's too late now.
I agree, Donnie. If you're on vacation or have a day off, it's not the same, because you're like, man, I don't want to do anything with it. But I'm talking about every day. You would eventually get to the point where, well, working out
routine
is a way. Yeah, it's a way to actually do something. Otherwise, I'll sit here all day for months to do nothing good.
Yeah. It's funny that you brought that up, Andrew, because I was going to ask, like, how many of you guys do something? If you don't do something every day, you feel bad about not doing it, right?
Feeding my kids.
Yeah.
See, that is how you do that, Andrew. Look, she said her kids, and then she said feeding them. Like, she started it with the truth and ended it with making us think that she feeds them. So
tricked you.
See, it does work.
Kids.
It does work. It's amazing.
But yeah, you do. You go to the gym so many times, like in a row, or you do anything, and you like just go, maybe I'll just not do it today. You feel like your whole world is crumbling because you missed it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Well, at our age too, if you take a couple of days off from the gym, like, your body like starts to hurt and ache. It's the weirdest. It's the opposite of what you would think. Like, everything hurts.
It is very true. Like, the more sedentary you become and the older you become, then you will start to hurt where you just need to keep moving. You got to keep moving. Britney Spears will not ask the judge to end her conservatorship. She is itching to talk to the judge next month. It's all about giving her dad his walking papers and not the conservatorship itself. Brittany does not feel trapped in the 13-year-old conservatorship, and one source puts it, she has 99% of the freedom she'd have if she weren't in there, and the only thing she's prevented from doing are crazy things like buying 3 cars at a time, something she tried to do back in the day. One source says Brittany has been free. Poor Donnie's like, oh, man.
I think I know I need a conservatorship right now. The last couple of weeks have been rough.
I know. One source says Brittany has been free to travel. She goes to Hawaii fairly often and lives her life in LA without real restrictions. We're also told Brittany is aware her life was out of control before the conservatorship was in place, and created a structure and also replenished her dwindling assets. As one source put it, she's taken care of and she knows it. Brittany's problem is Jamie, her dad. We're told the two don't even speak anymore, and she's been angry at him for a long time over business issues and certain people Jamie embraced on the team. People Brittany doesn't like because she feels they were motivated not by her self-interest, but theirs. We're told Brittany wants Jamie out as the co-conservator of her estate, managing her business affairs, and that she wants to talk to the judge about it. She has no problem with the current conservatorship of her person. As we reported, Jody Montgomery is now the permanent personal conservator of Brittany, and the two get along very well. She says she will not perform again as long as Jamie is part of the conservatorship. And so we'll find out more next month. They are saying it's going to be open to the public probably. So this is going to be some riveting stuff.
Whoa.
I know when she testifies about wanting to get rid of conservatorship.
If I were him, I would hand it over immediately and then try to have a relationship with my daughter. Hand it over and then rebuild a relationship. Yeah, it's more important than the money.
As I told you, 2 sides of each issue. Look, here's the perfect scenario is, okay, she's taken care of, so because there's already another conservatorship she's already taken care of, and she doesn't want you to do it anymore, so you get out, you bow out gracefully. It's your daughter's money. It's not like if you bow out then she's going to go back to her old ways. There's already systems in place. They just don't want your fucking ass, so get out of there and save some grace. Right now, you look like the biggest douchebag in the world. Go ahead, D.
And this, like what we were talking about, you do something for such a long period of time, you get accustomed to it, right? He realized that he was allowed legally to pull a salary because of this gig, and so over and over again, she was a source of steady income for years and years and years. And he grew accustomed to a lifestyle that now
he's getting tired, D.
Shifted. Well, but this is why, because he all of a sudden he shifted his perception to not her interests, but his interests.
Yep.
And when you're put in a position for that long a time, it's very difficult, I think, for anybody to be focused truly on what you're supposed to be doing. It then switch. This is like term limits for politicians. Like, you shouldn't be allowed to run a conservatorship for a decade plus, and then because then now your interests are intertwined with hers. Your interests are to make sure that she never gets out of this conservatorship, because now you've got a mortgage to fucking pay.
Right.
And he probably had some kind of control over her finances before she was an adult, because she was a star, like starting really young.
Yeah, 10 years old.
So then she turns 18, and I think by the time she was 28, so he's actually had control over her money way longer than he hasn't. Like, she was probably only on her own for what, like 7-8 years or something.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
So it's like a control thing almost.
Right.
That's crazy.
So, but I mean, dude, writing on the wall, bro. Just you get out and save some of your dignity.
Save your relationship with your daughter.
I bet you he's shitting his pants because like somebody new comes in and they have to go over those books, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then he goes to jail for a very long time.
I think a cat that fights that hard to not lose conservatorship is hiding a lot of shit.
Right. Yeah. Yes, you are. Well, this is interesting. Bill Gates took weekend trips to see his ex-girlfriend while he was married to Melinda. God, that surprises me. He just doesn't seem like the type to have like
that is baller.
His
That-
ex.
Do you know how rich you gotta be to be doing that kind of shit and nobody finds out until you tell them? Until like your divorce is like finalized and shit. Like you couldn't sneak over to an ex-girlfriend's house ever without that kind of money.
Nope. In an interview that has resurfaced in light of Bill and Melinda Gates announcing their divorce, the Microsoft founder said that he and his ex-girlfriend would take yearly trips to the beach in North Carolina, even while married. We can play putt-putt golf, discuss biotechnology, he said of his friendship with Ann Winblad, fellow software entrepreneur, in a 2001 interview with Time. The outlet reported that the trips would include dune buggy rides, hang gliding, and walks on the beach. The pair broke up in 1987. When I was off on my own thinking about marrying Melinda, I called Anne and asked for her approval. I said she'd be a good match for him because he had intellectual stamina. After a great deal of anyway, so now they're divorced. So I can't tell if it was a girlfriend. See, that's a headline thing that you.
No, it was no. You read it right. So they dated and then they broke up and then he got with.
It's not scandalous. I thought it was more scandalous.
It's scandalous in the way that it wasn't a secret. Like he negotiated this with her before they even got married. He's like, listen, so I'm going to go with with Anne once a weekend for 1 weekend a year. It was negotiated before they ever got married. That was Melinda's approval.
Yeah.
So it is kind of, I mean, in a way,
right,
a little scandalous. But I mean, honestly, if a dude's that rich, and I'd probably give him a pass too. I don't think I care.
Like I can't believe that he was like he literally. I feel like he slipped that into the like green M&Ms to see if anybody read it, right? Just
his
like
writer,
and he's like, she signed that shit. She really like me and all my friends were like, she'd never go for this, but what?
If Dubs had billions of dollars, he could do whatever the fuck he wanted to for 1 weekend a year.
Yeah,
get a weekend pass. Hell yes, I would give him a weekend pass. Oh, absolutely, I would.
Shit.
He knows. I'm telling you, if he was that rich and I could live my life, and all I needed to do was give him 1 weekend to do whatever. Okay.
And that's the lady he spent his weekend with.
Can we talk more about the fact that he was hang gliding and riding dune buggies around? Like,
I don't believe that. I don't believe Bill Gates is a hang glider, dune buggy, and putt going. I don't believe that. I don't. Like if he's putting, he's like doing it on a course made of human skin. Like I just don't believe he's an average. Like he's got to have some dark desire. Like he hang glides, but he drops empty glasses over poor neighborhoods. Like that is the kind of shit that I believe he likes to do. Like he likes the dune buggy, but only on the border of Mexico, so he can run over illegal immigrants. Like,
on a side note, here's the interesting thing: why is it that guys with money will get away with a lot more? Like we'll take a lot more shit. Like Gina, you said, if Dubs was rich, he can have this thing, but he can't do it now
because it doesn't. Because it's not true.
What the fuck am I gonna do for a week? He goes away with the chick for a weekend. What the fuck am I gonna be stuck here with these kids? Hell no! You need billions so that I could do what I want to do. Also, I need to live a certain
do it around
life.
the neighborhood.
I mean, they think it's going to work, but it doesn't work out. Obviously, it didn't work out for him because their marriage is over. Look at A-Rod. I don't even know if he cheated on J-Lo, but he was trying to still be cool and still be a player, and now that's over. So I don't care how much money you have; it doesn't work eventually. Look at Hugh Hefner.
Can I ask though?
Go ahead.
Can I ask though, Donnie? I mean, at what point do we start looking at J-Lo?
Right?
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, it's 100% her. I mean, getting cheated on is never. That's not her fault in any way. But you have to look at, because there's never an excuse to cheat. I don't care how crazy someone is, how bad someone is. Leave. Don't cheat. That's just not. It's not. There's no excuse unless you're really rich, and then we'll talk about it. So, but I do think that she's probably batshit crazy. She's got to be.
But how do you hide that in public for this many years?
In that body.
I know a lot of people that are totally normal in public and complete and total douchebags behind the scenes. A lot of them.
So here we go. Bo Casper Smart, Mark Anthony, Ben Affleck, Chris Judd, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Ojani Noah. So that's just Ben. Did we say Ben? And of course, A-Rod. So
but here's the thing: when you put that list out there, so that's what you just named. What, like less than 10 people, right?
Like 5-6 people.
Okay, so I've had at least that many boyfriends in my life. So like, it's not like she's run through them all. Like we all have exes.
No.
You're just not public.
No, we've named just those exes that she had while she was famous. Let's not run through her locker room as a fly girl.
Yeah, every Wayans is on that list.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, because banging somebody and being in a relationship with them are two different things. And you guys know that. All of you have banged people outside of relationships. Women do it too.
Whoa!
We're allowed to do whatever we want.
How dare you assume, Gina?
I guess, yeah, but going back, the point I was trying to make was these guys, whether you're rich or not, but it's usually these famous rich guys who think it's going to work to have an open relationship or an open marriage, or, oh, it's just one weekend a year. Like, I don't think it works.
You know what the stipulation would be from a female perspective, though? Like, you have got to keep that shit secret. You don't embarrass me. Like, I'm not about to have that out in public that you're going off for a weekend. So once it became public, then that shuts it down.
Would you rather, even, Gina, let's say you're okay with it, would you rather even help him keep it secret just because then you don't look stupid? You'd almost kick in to help him.
I mean, help him how? Like, run cover for him to cheat, to run off? I mean, maybe it just, listen, depends on how much money we're talking. Like, if it's Bill Gates money, yes, but I'm gonna run interference.
Go ahead, Donnie.
It proves that you're not okay with it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, as long as it's a secret, well, then you're not okay with it.
Yes, I'm not open. I wouldn't be okay with it. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys right now, 90% of the problem when you cheat on a female isn't that you cheated on her. That's not even the thing. 90% of the problem is you embarrass the shit out of her. So if
it's 90, but I do agree.
I'm telling you, if your man cheats and you come and then he comes home and it's between the two of you and it doesn't get out in public, it would be way easier to forgive than if it's a very public cheating. I promise you. I can guarantee you that at least 75% of women are going to say that that's the case.
Well, and
if you can keep it private, then we can probably get through it.
I never forget what Carlos Diaz once said. And Carlos, of course, worked for ESPN. He worked for CNN News. I mean, he's been in sports broadcasting his whole life. He said there is not one example of an athlete that didn't have side action in another city. I mean, so almost like if you're a woman and they're good, these guys are good looking, they have lots of money, if you decide to jump in this relationship, I mean, there are the women that think you're going to change him, but if you're being realistic, you have to be okay that you're not going to be the only one in this dude's life on the road that much. These hot and women are throwing themselves at him and he's got a lot of money. You're giving up exclusivity for lifestyle. You just are.
And I want to clarify that I'm not talking about cheating as much as I'm talking about a guy having such a big ego that he thinks he's such a baller and so big that, like, I will be with you as long as you know that I'm going to be with other people too. So I'm not talking about cheating. I'm talking about like setting it up front because you think you're so awesome and cool.
But going back to what Gina said, it's very interesting now when you think about it, is these women still go into this relationships because they love these guys, even though they know, but they don't want to know. So once it's thrown in their face and they know for sure, then it's not okay. They would rather just like, I don't want to know what's going on when he's on the road. You just come home and we'll deal with that. But once
I can see that.
Once it's in the paper, it's just holding hands with some girl on the beach, on a road trip. Well, then it's fucking done because now you're gonna get.
And I'm not talking about regular everyday relationships like us. That's different. We're talking when that you add up those dollars and lifestyle and all of that. That's when it becomes a little bit different.
Well, it's an easy thing to see. I mean, if you meet a guy and he's got a shit ton of cars in his garage, he loves collecting cars, but he's got his one everyday car that he drives every day. He's like, every day, this is the car. You're my Bentley. I'm going to jump in you every day. But just know this, occasionally I want to pound my Ferrari. I just want to take it out. I just want to take it out and I want to pound my Ferrari. I'm going to bring it back, but I'm going to park it in the garage. I'm not going to drive it every day because you're my Bentley. You're my Bentley. Just know we do groceries. We do Starbucks. This is the shit that I do in my Bentley.
You're my everyday car. You're my everyday ride.
Ashley doesn't care when I pound my Ferrari as long as I do it when no one's home.
Well, but here's another. I'll give you another example. I love a great steak. I mean, you give me an amazing, the best steak in the world. I love steak. Okay, love it. I also love burritos. So I can't eat steak I like burgers. You're the steak, baby. You are my steak. You are my number one best meal ever.
I can't come with you on this one either.
Wait it to me.
I can't come with you on this one.
I know. I can't even jump on this train. I'm just gonna watch it roll by and wave as you drive through Reasonville into off the cliff of what the fuck did he just say?
Every once in a while, I even want a nasty hot dog every once in a while.
Wow. Donnie, did that train seem to speed up? It seemed to just drive right through the station.
Hey, guys, come on, you're gonna miss the train. Come on, guys.
I didn't know you're not gonna love that hot dog unless you try it.
Right. I mean, I'll even eat a pita pocket, every once in a while. It doesn't mean steak is not my favorite. I still love steak. Steak is always going to be my favorite.
I'll eat a rump roast once in a while.
Come on, guys. Why is Brenda saying bye?
You'll eat a rump roast right from the back, huh?
Guys, come back. Get on. Come on.
Nope.
Why are you not?
Nope. Now I'm that admiral from Star Wars. It's a trap. It's a trap. Drop.
Bye. All right. I guess on that note, Lufka All Natural. Lufka, make sure you go check out Lufka at Perry's at thank you on the Country Charm Shops in Perrysburg. Amazing store. There's not even a way to describe its coolness. You have to check it out. For skincare and for cleaning products that are all natural, of the earth, no chemicals, things like that. You need to check out Lufka All Natural. DMX Lawn and Landscape. It's time to get your yard done, especially after all this rain. Give them a call. DMX Lawn and Landscape in Swanton. The number's right there, 567-868-5869. Get your lawn. Tell them Andrew Z in the Morning sent you to get your lawn done. And finally, of course, our friends over at Teebs of Adrian, Teebs.green. If you want to take a little edge off, then make sure you get a hold of our friends over at Teebs. For Gina and Georgia, Demetrius and Donnie, I'm Andrew. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Come on!